want to introduce you to someone. This is Pasquale.
Hi.
Pasquale, I should say. I have been mispronouncing you have to turn it sideways.
Oh, sideways?
Yeah. I've been mispronouncing his name all this time. Yikes. Yeah, see? Oh, there you go. I've been mispronouncing his name all the time. So this is Pasquale, and even though I'm Italian, Pasquale, what do you like it?
It doesn't matter. I've been called everything, but so Pasquale's fine. Pasquale doesn't.
And he is the resident artist, the artist in residence here at Create and Escape. Hey, Good morning, Bren. Hi. So he's the resident artist, and he does all kinds of stuff, like some crazy awesome things, especially with they have like a cutter that cuts out. They use the Cricut, of course, but they also do all kinds of like wood cutting. And stuff.
We do a lot of. It's actually we have a laser that can cut and engrave. So what we do is we try to incorporate that with a lot of the Cricut materials.
Vinyl.
And painting, it's basically we try to take a little bit of all the tools we have, and especially if we can mesh 3 or 4 into one product or one concept, it gets really interesting. You get a lot more detail, a lot more.
Yeah. And actually, next week, it's going to be so much fun. Next week, we're going to make a tiered tray, and then we're going to decorate it with all Halloween things. And what we're going to do is develop like a grouping of things that you can put on your tiered tray. So you can buy the tray and paint it and put it together yourself. But Pasquale designed it. He designed it. It's so awesome.
Well, it's a little off of another one I had seen.
Yeah.
But I then made it my own. Like you can
we're
take
all
things
like that, right?
Yeah, basically all art, a lot of art is like that. But I saw a design. Actually, somebody came in for a party here, and they brought a tiered tray that was maybe made out of cardboard or something.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, look at the design, because I've been wanting to do one, but here was one straight up. So I basically took that and then embellished a little bit.
That's awesome. Yeah. The prototypes that I saw are fabulous. I cannot wait. And we'll do some paper things, but tier trays are really, really popular in the crafting community. So I think that will be great. Hi Paula. Hi Christine. Hi Bren. So welcome. We're actually taping this. We've got 2 people watching on yours,
right.
And we've got 29 people watching on mine.
Well, who's bragging?
No, I'm not bragging. I'm not bragging, but we're reaching all kinds of people,
definitely.
and across this nation.
Absolutely, that's fantastic.
And so this is a project that Wendy and I developed, Wendy of Create and Escape, that we developed that we wanted to bring some of the Cricut Chat stuff locally to Create and Escape, but also take some of the Create and Escape stuff and bring it to you nationwide. And so this is for inspo mostly, but also you could buy the kits and make them yourself. You're going to put in a place in the website for that. So that's pretty exciting. I wanted to tell you a little bit about what's coming up here in downtown Peabody Square. So you can know what's going on if you're local or you want to come here, or you're heading to Salem, because we have people. We want them to stop.
We have a lot of people, and
we want them to stop. They don't. This isn't a drive-through community.
Salem is fantastic, I'll have to say, but one thing is they're very populated. If you want to stay away from crowds,
it's a parking lot. It's
yeah,
a parking lot.
I mean, they're beautiful. It's fantastic, but sometimes you can go in there for a day and then enjoy it, and then you can step away, either Beverly, Danvers, Peabody, of course.
And there's so much history.
Activities all around. And honestly, a lot of the Salem history is actually in Peabody.
Yeah, I tell them all the time.
Yeah, a lot of the people.
We've got graves, the Coreys, Giles Corey and his wife have the gravestone in West Peabody near the beautiful Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
And so
a lot of those main activities actually happened here. It used to be called South Danvers, and then it turned into Peabody. But they get the claim because they're Salem. But of course, if you really want to look at the history of it, There's a lot of sites here. Halloween,
I think we were called
huge.
Like Salem Fields.
It might have been. I don't know all of it. I just know there's so much rich Halloween,
history.
especially with the witch stuff.
And not just Halloween, because you know what? Halloween is fun and great, but this stuff goes on year round. This is like the best place to live, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I really like
it's my
it. I
favorite
love the
holiday,
seasons and everything. And so this week coming up, actually next Saturday here at Create and Escape, they're having a pumpkin palooza. It is, hi Renee. They're having pumpkin palooza. What does that mean? Well, they're going to be doing painting and pouring. That's what we're going to do this morning, is we're going to take craft pumpkins. So this is a craft pumpkin. If you've never seen them, we have two sizes today, and we're going to be doing pouring on here. But if you want to do this in person, you can come anytime between 10 and 4 on Saturday morning. What's the date on that? The 23rd?
23rd, I believe.
23rd. So Saturday morning at Create and Escape, right here in Peabody Square. Sorry, I have a cold. You laugh at me because I say square. But I grew up calling it Peabody Square. And so right here in Peabody Square, it's going to be, hi, Tamara. She's from the Netherlands.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
I don't think she can make it here.
Yeah, no.
She's not
Tamara.
far. But...
Hi, Nwane. Nwane's from South Africa. Yeah, nice. and Bren's from Canada, so we get a lot of people from all over the UK and everything else. So good to have you all here. We're going to do pumpkin pouring this episode, but next week, if you want to come and do this in person, if you're near us, you can come next Saturday to Pumpkin Palooza. Okay, you guys have to get into the Pumpkin Palooza thing. It's Sunday morning. We're tired. We've had a busy week. Hey, coming this week on Cricut Chat with Miss Rita, we're going to do a banner on the Joy. And it's going to be a candy corn banner. We're going to do that. And, from Reno, Nevada. Leilani is in Canada. Oh, yeah. Oh, the Corgi Parade.
Oh, that's cute.
No, well, that's today. Yeah, Kirsten's asking me. So there's something called a Corgi Spook Fest.
That's cute.
And we Corgi owners are a bit obsessive.
No.
And so they have a Spook Fest in Central Mass. And, well, Pasquale has been here since he was born, so it's kind of like we think this is the center of the universe, but there's so much going on outside of Massachusetts, so it's really a beautiful place to visit, don't you think? And for when I was growing up, the North Shore was kind of overlooked until they came up with Haunted Happenings. And then it was really like, woo! Showcase. Yeah, it turned into like the great, the biggest thing going on.
And it's such a seasonal area, so you get that vibe of like the leaves we already had to sweep up the gutters because there's leaves just all over now. They all change colors, so it gets really pretty. Yeah, it is pretty. It adds to everything. It is pretty. Yeah. Also, I want to mention that Pasquale has organized a trick-or-treating event not this Thursday, next Thursday, which is the 28th. 28th, if you're in Peabody or downtown, it's actually a lot of the businesses are involved. We're bringing trick-or-treat down to the downtown. And it's a lot of fun. You get a lot of trick-or-treaters. Kids enjoy it, and they get to come down in their costumes. I don't know if the city's doing something. No, I don't think that this year. I didn't know. I mean, like the residents.
Normal trick or treating.
There's another trunk or treating on the 30th.
Oh, okay.
At the Brown School. I never know when that comes. I know. But so we're doing it. If you're in Peabody or you're in the area and you don't want to hit the crazy crowds in Salem, that's what's going on here. It should be a lot of fun. Yeah. If you like to see trick or treaters, enjoy it. I like to see trick or treaters. Maybe I'll bring Teddy Bear with me. He does not like costumes though, but Benji does. Maybe I'll put Benji in a
Yeah.
costume. All right, guys, we're going to get started. Thanks for coming today. And don't forget that I am giving away a Cricut Mug Press this month, and I will put the link in the description of this video. This video will appear on YouTube, and actually, we're taping it in 2 places.
Yeah, so like looking one way and then
so
looking this
we'll
way.
put the link in both videos, okay? And let's see what else. We're giving away the mug press, and at the end of today, I'm going to give somebody a prize.
All right,
I want to
thank
give
you.
a prize. So let's get started. I'm going to turn you over to Pasquale, and he's going to show you how to do this pumpkin pouring.
I'm doing the big one or the small one?
I don't know. Let's do the big one. Let's go.
don't know.
Let's
I'll
go
move
all
one.
out. So I'm going to move the
Let's go big.
cameras.
Yeah, do what you
I'm
think
just going to
is-
move my camera down. I
All right.
think that will work.
I'll just
Yeah.
get a fix of it.
And
Yeah, actually, it's a good shot
for
right there.
this, what about for the
That should be fine. I'll try to like we'll figure it out.
or we can go. Hey, we're live. This is what we do
Yeah,
with live.
very live.
Very live. Let's go up.
All right.
And down. Is
We'll
that good?
navigate. We can see kind of. I'll try to distribute it amongst the things.
Maybe I should take your phone and
Okay.
and do it. Like
So.
Yeah, go for it.
okay.
Oh, that's perfect. All right. So before we even get started, I don't know if anybody's done paint pours on canvas or such. One of the things they give you is you either can get specially designed paints with a little extra, like it's got more of a flow to it, or you can buy the flow stuff separately, either from an art studio or from, I think, Home Depot or your regular
What
place
kind of
might have
paint
it.
are you going to use?
I'm actually using acrylic, which is
Really?
great because it dries. I would
dries
never,
fast?
I would never use. I don't think I would ever use oil because I don't even know how it would navigate on the, like, especially on an organic
Yeah. What are these made of?
plastic. I don't know what type of plastic, PVC. I have no idea, but it's, and you can use it on an actual regular pumpkin.
Yeah.
It's not like we just use these because first of all they're more uniform and more like, and it's going to be covered with paint, so it doesn't really. You're just
Matter,
looking at the
right.
shape. What you want
Right.
is the shape more than the actual like
Right.
physical pumpkin. So it's
Awesome.
easier with these, and it's just everyone gets the same type of pumpkin.
And it lasts.
Yeah, it lasts
And-
all
and
year
you
if you
can take
want.
it out
And
every
it's super
year.
light, doesn't stink,
Yeah,
doesn't rot,
it doesn't rot. Remember last
no
night we were
stress,
talking about
doesn't
composting
lean sideways
pumpkins.
and you can't get the right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
I
a
mean,
very standard,
Actually,
beautiful
we were
pumpkin.
talking about artificial trees versus real trees.
I like real trees, but I get the artificial, like it's,
Yeah.
especially if you can put it away easy.
Or if you have one
Mm-hmm.
that's lit, that you can change the colors and you can make it blink or not blink.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, like I said, with usual canvas pours and stuff like that, for, I don't know, canvases of any sort, we usually use a flow to make it roll better down the canvas. On this, you have a lot of help because it's more vertical than it is
Right,
horizontal.
gravity's helping
So
you.
you have that going with you. You don't really have to worry about that end of it. I do try to get, because we use these, we have them bottled up, but they're basically acrylic paints. We
Right.
bottle them all up. We have a bazillion
so
colors
just so
here.
you know, because Pascal doesn't know about marketing stuff, he's a painter, okay?
Well-
He's an artist. So at Create and Escape, they have their signature colors, and they put them in these paint pour types of things. And, oops, sorry. I think I'm going to turn, your sister called.
Yeah, she's
Sorry.
in the middle of a thing.
Sorry. So anyway, so they have signature colors. These are acrylic paints.
But you can use anything, really. I
Really?
wouldn't like. What I'm going to do is with these, and like I said, usually, and one thing's important here. These are water-based. This
Water-based.
particular one, and so. Oh wow, this doesn't look like the color, but it's mixed. They make these colors and they blend a lot of colors, so you see a lot of purple, which is something they're using in there in this particular one.
Okay.
Anyway,
So did you already? Is this the regular?
this is actually
Paint,
the
or did
regular
you have-
paint. What I have here.
Really? So it's kind of
it's-
really liquidy already.
It's kind of already, and honestly, this one may be just an oddity because some of them are thicker than others.
Ooh, I love this color.
What I wind up doing, especially if you are going to buy your acrylic paints, you might get the little small ones that you can buy like a whole package of. I would take that. I would add a touch of water if it's water based. You can just add a little bit,
Just a little.
just a little bit, and then you can mix that in. It might not be too necessary with the pumpkins because, like I say, it's more vertical than horizontal, so it'll go on its own.
So you get a feel for it, like the paint.
But I'll just I just
Can
put a
you show
touch
us
of it.
inside the?
I can kind of see how I got it like.
So what is that kind of syrup bait? Like
yeah, it looks
so
a
if
little.
you're
It
pouring
runs.
water
You want
in
it to run a little bit
you
like
want
that.
it to be sort of runny but thick. If that makes sense. So if you're going to do this yourself, also you can buy this, which is a fluid art ready to pour acrylic, just so you can see.
Sure.
If you are uncomfortable with pouring your own water into the paint. I have to tell you, I am not a person that does paint very well, so I'm a little bit like nervous about it. Yeah.
No,
this
once
is
you
your
get past
thing.
it, like once you get past, everyone comes in here too for projects and they get nervous that they're not familiar with something.
Yeah.
And honestly,
or
once
maybe
you
they're
get
gonna mess it up.
but
Tell us about that.
They don't usually. Actually, a lot of the people who don't have much of expectations, they usually do pretty good because they're not too hard on themselves. So like I said, I'm adding... Oh, is it upside down?
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so anyways, like I said...
Sorry, guys, we're just learning about these phones.
I'm mixing a lot of these paints.
Hi, Angela. Hi, Amy. Hi, Alyssa Joe. Hi, Jan Marie. Hi, Debbie. Welcome. Sorry.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. So I'm just mixing a lot more of the paints that I got, and you can pick whatever paints you want. I would go with a few that are like not too blended the same tones. I would go with a variety, or you could keep it within a certain palette. But
if
I would.
Your house, maybe you want to put this outside.
That's possible.
You could choose your color of your
Yeah.
house. Or if you want to get real spooky, I suppose you could do like black and
You can
orange.
add a lot of black, and honestly, if you even want to do this, one idea that I didn't do in this case, you could have this whole thing paint poured black first, completely.
I love
that way
that
it's
idea.
covered 100% with the black, and then you can add. You want to do it now? We can do it now.
Let's
Actually,
do
I'll
the
it now.
small one. Let's do the small one in black.
Okay, we'll do that one after.
And then we'll do it after.
Okay.
Let's do like the
All right.
basic, and then we'll paint
Yeah,
the black.
sure.
Yeah.
All right.
See, we fly by the seat of our pants here.
Yeah, we go off with an
just
idea and we
do
run with
whatever.
it.
That's called the right brain personality. You know,
as opposed to the wrong brain.
the right. I think it's right brain.
Yeah, no,
that
you're
we're
right.
creative people, and
Yes.
we just sort of bounce ideas off of each other.
Yeah.
And that's what's so great about
And it's
being
fun.
around
Everything-
an artist. And so, Pasquale, tell us a little bit about, like, you know, your artistic, what you've done.
Well, I started
that.
over, I think it's over 10 years now that I always loved art, but I never really got into it because I didn't want to do landscapes. I didn't want to do people necessarily. I didn't want to do all the standard topics, so I stayed away. I was like, it must not be for me.
Right.
But I kept getting pulled towards it. And then eventually I had a lapse in work where I was like, you know what, I'm going to take some time and do an art class. And I just started to take the class, started to take inventory of what I needed, just kind of how you guys are maybe taking ideas on what kind of paints and what to do. So I took all that information, and then it was a weekly class. So that week, I then took all those things. I made my own little studio in a way, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
It's important to have a studio.
yeah. And I said, before this teacher teaches, because she's really good, but she's very good and very specific. I was like, let's do my style first and see if I can get my own voice out before I get too.
Interesting.
Because otherwise I'd be really good, but I would
You'd be
wondering
using
if
her
I'm.
technique.
Yeah, I'd be wondering if I'm more her than me. So I started doing that, and then I started taking more of her classes, and then eventually, even in the midst of her class, I was like, you know, I'm going to start breaking out and doing my style. And she embraced it. She's like, you're doing really good. I love this. Keep doing this. And she was really, actually, she passed away about a year ago.
Oh,
So.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But she's amazing
She was
lady.
really
She was an amazing
encouraging.
woman.
Yeah, you know what, guys? We've got to encourage each other. That's why, you know, when we do have our Zooms, and I try to encourage everybody to bring things that they've been working on, whether it's on a Zoom or something. It's important to encourage each other to do things that are a little bit outside of our level of, you know, comfort, right?
Yeah.
For me, my comfort level is paper.
Yeah.
And anytime like paint comes into play, or even just writing by hand, I am like, I can't can't do this. So it's really good to do something that's within your comfort level. So I'm outside of your comfort level. Yeah.
But it adds that, like, because once you get it, then you add it into, it's almost like, when you're an artist, you have a palette of colors. These are the choice colors. I look at it the same way. You might say, hey, this paper technique is part of my palette. And then you start putting paint with it. And then you start putting, let's say, wood crafts. You start putting a sculpting, whatever it is, different arts. And you start saying, this is my palette. What can I do with these different types? Wow. And then you can go and really take it to a whole other level. And it becomes more you. Right. Because it's not just... I've seen people, and even in the art, like when you look at someone's art, you can see the personality. I'm sure with your crafts and everything, you start to see people's personality. I walked into a place once, and the guy was a painter. That's all I knew him as, a painter. But he had houses. He had these little houses. I think he's in Gloucester or something. And the houses looked like they were melted and they were molded. And I was like, this person looks like they've been doing clay sculpt. I was like, this look like a sculptor's work, because the houses had this like
painted, though.
Flow to it. Yeah, it was painted, but the way it looked playful. It looked like I could go over there and mold it. Wow. And I said that to him. I was like, yeah, I was a sculptor for many years. And then I went into art, and you could see the personality. The playfulness and the beautiful colors, and he still does great work. But I really loved those.
Well, I'm really enjoying the company.
Yeah, so you can. The same thing with with your stuff. If you start to embrace painting and start painting,
I know
it'll become.
I'm a little scared though.
No, that's part of it. You have to be, and that shows you're kind of headed in a direction that's
awesome.
Potentially.
So, how many colors have you put together for that?
Right now, I put 6. Well, if you want to count white, then 6.
We count white.
Yeah, I kind of use a neutral sometimes to kind of balance it between colors. Sometimes when I start layering these things out, I try to add more, and I didn't have a lot of some paints than others, but you want to get more than you think you need. Like, this is a decent amount. I could probably, if I painted this on, I could probably paint this pumpkin 3 times over with just this, but I need a lot so when it pours, that it actually has that off. Weight. Otherwise, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be very static.
So if you're going to do this at home, lots of paper underneath your pumpkin.
Yeah, lots of something that you don't care if it gets paint on, because it's going to make a mess.
And your clothing, too.
Clothing is, you want to be a little aware of it. It's not necessarily that you'll get messy, but the potential to get messy is there for sure. Okay. Yeah. So actually, I'll need another cup to pour all these cups.
Where are they?
I'll grab it.
Okay. Are you guys having fun? Let me know. Give Pasquale some love, okay? Do the hearts or the thumbs up and stuff, because he needs to hear that too. Even though he's an artist, he needs to hear that he's doing a good job as well.
And one thing too, like with these, and I'll probably show it more on the next one we do, the next pumpkin. You can take a color. Let's say I took white, and cover this whole thing, and that makes the flowing even easier. I could actually just add, let's say, take this white and add some water and make a lot of it, and just pour this whole thing. Ooh. And then the other paints will just flow much easier. I could probably just do that now. You know what? I'll do it now.
Okay.
And you won't see much. You won't see much of this white, because it'll be. You'll see spots.
You're basically taking your surface and changing the color. Yeah.
I'm going to just add, what I'm more than anything else doing is I'm going to create a surface that is smoother. Like if you touch it, especially canvases, if you ever rub a canvas, it feels very gritty, and that is all surface that's going to stop your canvas from doing any kind of flow stuff. Yes. Right. So what I'm doing is preconditioning this so that it's very
smooth and it's like I don't know
so
how to
everything
say that, but like the paint is attracted to the other
paint. It just rides on it's almost like you're putting an ice skating rink on top of this thing.
Or a primer.
Yeah. So I can actually do that, and you won't see much of this. Also, one thing, I'll actually grab it. I don't think I grabbed it. We have...
That's okay. Go grab it. So you see, working at Create and Escape. So I'm just going to pan over. They've got so many things going on here. So many things, like a lot of great signs. They have ceramics. So if you are local, come down, because this is just it's like a think tank. tank for artists in training. That's the way I look at it. And, come on down. There's so many things going on. You can sign up for one of the classes, or you can just pop in, talk to Wendy. They're here just about every day, aren't they?
Yeah,
you guys
sadly.
here every day?
Sadly.
Yeah, every day. So if this isn't your thing, believe me, they have your thing, because they do so many different things here. So.
Yeah, we do a lot. I can't find it right now, but there's you could probably even use like a WD-40. There's what I was looking for is there is a stuff. It's more like a oil.
Oh.
Like a grease, like it's.
Maybe
it's actually
we'll do that next time.
But if you add that into this, because this is water based, it separates. It doesn't want to mix well.
Yeah.
And you can make. It's called like cells, where it'll pop out colors from underneath.
Oh, really?
It might not translate too much on a pumpkin. It works a lot better on canvases.
So you promise to show us that next time?
If I can find it. It's usually around with everything, but we're always in the process.
Let's just go ahead, because a lot of us haven't even used these paint. So let's just go ahead and start pouring so that we understand the process.
Okay, so in this particular instance, I think I'm going to pour this whole thing in white, first of all.
Woo.
Which I don't do that much. Once in a while, you could do something like this. But I tilt it because I want to get like...
On the side?
Because if you pour it straight up, it'll come down.
But not
But it might just take these valleys and you'll see all this orange. Oh. And then at that point, you're going to try to move this and you've painted the whole top.
Oh.
So I just try to hit it like this.
And do you turn the pumpkin while you're doing it?
Yeah, this is actually just... For me, this is going to be just a coat.
And you really don't... Oh, wow, it is.
This is just one solid coat. I usually don't do this. Usually we just get right to the point and start adding all the different colors. But this will actually help a lot.
Wow.
So sometimes we just change it up. Actually, I don't really have much paint.
Uh-oh, you need more
You see how much this is not...
You can kind of turn it even more. I think the paint will drip.
Hold on. Yes.
Wow.
But I'm just trying to get the bottoms... And then trying to get the tops. Actually, since this is the bottom, I think I'll just use another shade of white. That's actually more white. Just
all right.
Because I want to get, and like you can see, it takes a lot of paint to cover it. And actually, in a way, I'm covering it twice. So I'm probably doing a little excessive, but it'll look really fantastic.
So, and I know he's an artist, so I have to do the translate for us non-artists. So if you want to cover the entire pumpkin to change its color and to make the paint really stick more, you would do this part. You would basically cover it, and it will take probably, it looks like it's going to take like 8 ounces or more of your paint, which you've mixed with a little bit.
On the size.
You've thinned it out.
I've thinned it out. I'm actually just trying to get
and it does depend on the pumpkin.
Yeah, it would probably depend on the pumpkin too. Yeah, the size for sure and all that.
All right. Awesome. Wow, look at it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a base coat.
Just for the ASMR, it's fun. Look at, he's actually picking up some of the paint.
Since it doesn't matter much, I'm just going to roll it in the paint that's on there.
Rolling it, awesome.
Because I'm just trying to get coverage. I'm not trying to get I wouldn't do this when you got the mixed paint, but I'm actually just going to get...
Look at that!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's really working.
Yeah, I just want to get a base, and actually I don't really care too much about the top. It's more the edges, more places where it's gonna. So
it needs a slick surface.
And I've not done this before. I've usually just gone straight to the paint,
you're just
I've done
creating
it with canvases.
your own thing.
Yeah, but this is very much like what you would probably do a coverage with the canvas before.
So when you're painting a canvas, do you do this sort of thing, like kind of paint one color and prepare it?
I actually usually you can do it. I tend to forget and I just start with the paint because I just get into it. But a lot of people do paint it before,
right? And
have a it helps with, especially when you're adding different different types of brush strokes and stuff like that. You want it to flow right and look right.
Right.
And like I said, the texture on the canvas has a grittiness to it. So if you want to get a smooth feel, sometimes it's best to go over it once.
Now, what do you do about these little pops color?
I don't care right now.
You
because
don't care.
Because this is just to get the underneath, and I really don't want to go crazy because all of it's going to dump like along the side and definitely on the top. This is all going to be covered anyway. I just wanted to get a little coverage, and you can see what happens.
And we cover the stem too?
I can do that. I usually wait a little bit to the end. Wait till I can like I'll try to like do the sides again first. I'll hit the sides and then kind of come around. And then when I'm done navigating it with this, I'm using this as an actual tool to move it around.
Awesome.
Once I'm done and don't need to do that anymore, then I can come at it from the top. Some people will not paint the stems, and some people do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll paint the stem.
I kind of like it painted.
Yeah, but it's as long as it's identified as a stem, it doesn't matter.
So we've covered the pumpkin in sort of a base.
Yeah, which you don't necessarily have to do, but I'm doing it in this case.
All right.
And then here's where you guys are going to have a lot of fun. You guys can pick your own colors, and then you can pick... Like, I need to have...
So if you're going for a theme...
Yeah, you can pick themes that
own.
are Halloween themes. I probably would stay away from orange because it's already got orange in it.
What?
Is it going okay?
Oh, it's going great.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thanks.
So in this case, I'm doing like... I'm going to start off with just one cup, and I'm going to add... Let me see. I'm going to lift this for a second.
Do whatever you need to do.
Just so you guys see a little bit of like what's going on behind the scenes. And you can add a little bit. You can add the whole thing, but I usually try to say just add some of this and then some of that. You're just picking and choosing what colors you kind of want. And then you can either let it fall. Hold on, I'm going to stir this because I actually didn't stir it.
Aha.
Which I was wondering why it looks so separate.
So today we're using like this really nice, I would call that blueberry color.
Yeah, it's very bright. I'm going for very bright colors because that seems to show up really cool.
Oceanside.
Yeah,
Oceanside.
that's the color that they...
Okay.
And you can either pour this along the side of the cup or right down the middle of the cup. And you don't have to use all of it. You can just kind of go back and forth between colors.
So you're putting all the colors in together.
Yes.
Oh,
And
I
not
thought
mixing.
you did them separately.
A little bit of both, but
Wow,
most of it is...
Look at that, guys.
And you can go back and forth. I could, let's say, pick pink and then go blue and then go back to pink. So it's really your own...
Let's get a look inside.
Yeah,
Whoa.
inside.
Whoa.
And I can show you a little bit what it looks like.
It's like you layer it.
It's
Inside
dropped
the
right
cup,
in.
though. Duh. I would
Yeah.
never have thought of that. So glad we have you.
And I'll
Ooh, a
put
little
bit of this
yellow.
I like this yellow. Kind of
Nice.
mix a little different on there. And then
Alright.
basically you want a good amount. I think this is close. I'm actually going to use up a lot of this because you want a decent amount. And then so
Right.
that's...
And then, so when it starts to pour down the pumpkin, it just like different, whatever color
Yes,
happens to be
you
there.
can't-
So you don't mix it up.
Don't mix it
okay?
in here. I know the
You're
tendency
pouring
is like
it.
I want to like stir it. It'll eventually blend into one ugly color or good if you like that kind of color. It'll be a brown or a gray,
brown,
whatever it is.
right?
Yeah, and you don't really want it to mix. So all the mixing is done
On
here.
the pumpkin.
So I can show you now that I've got this and I got a decent amount. I would say half a cup. Even more than this is good because like I said, you need a lot.
All right.
And then I'm going to pour
Go
this.
for it. Go for it.
I'm going to get the right angle for this thing. But yeah, I'm tipping it sideways to try to get the underneath. And it's not critical, but I try to cover it. And I think, wow, this is not looking. Hold on. It'll get prettier, or it should get prettier.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
there is a sense of like, this is ugly as can be. But I think two of the colors mixed into
that
something.
Lime green with the ocean side.
Yeah, so basically this is...
Gorgeous.
And it keeps changing because the thing keeps... But you see what's happening here. It's basically, it's creating its own thing. If I were to dump this into another cup and then pour it, it could get really fine lines of color, but then it tends to start to become...
I'm blown
one
away
piece.
that you put them all together like that. So you need to put more in, right?
Yeah, and I'm actually just going to go straight in because I think because I got this base on here,
It's
I should
really
be okay
going
and I
well.
can go straight
Yeah.
up with it, and that speeds
So
up the time
what's
too.
really cool about this is that you don't use brushes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the brushes, but you have the paint at home, you could do this.
Mm-hmm.
I never know what brush to get when I'm that. I mean, I am really phobic of paint. I'm phobic.
Yeah. But I've seen people with this stuff, and I haven't tried it on this, but you could take, let's say, the side of a fork and kind of pull...
Wow,
just like on a
yeah.
canvas. I think you could probably do it. We haven't experimented enough, but basically everything you can do with a regular paint pour. Yeah.
Yeah, chain. I saw somebody do that.
So here it goes.
This
I'm
week
trying
on
to lower
Facebook.
this.
She used like what are those little chains called? Like that you put on the fan, the metal chains. And what?
Yeah, I just want to get the right angle here.
There you go.
All right.
Go up a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
All right,
perfect.
guys. So this is new. We've not done this before, so you guys know that we've never done something this like big before on our channel. So I have no advice to offer them on how to
Other than
how to
keep
hold
clean
the
and-
camera, except just keep doing it. Oh my gosh, it looks so great. It's looking so great.
It is pretty cool, and it
keeps
just
changing.
It does. So don't get too like it's sad sometimes because you see something beautiful and then it changes, but it always looks pretty good.
Wow.
It's just like I said, it uses a lot of paint, and you don't want to roll it now into the. There's paint on the bottom. I wouldn't want to recommend to actually roll it into that
then it would get muddy.
It gets gross.
Yeah.
So you might have
Or
a little.
gross.
Yeah.
Muddy or
The
gross.
technical art term is gross, I guess.
It's gross.
But yeah, so I would just do. I mean, that's not going to show anyway. No one's going to see that.
Right. Put some more of that green on there.
The green
I love
really.
that green.
Some colors pop. The pink usually is the one, especially if they use a lot of muted. So I would suggest that if you really want something to show up, because if you get a lot of one color, it can kind of blend all together too.
Yeah.
Depends on how they make the color too. It might just
right.
mix all well
right.
together. So here's.
Oh, I see the green coming. Oh, yes. Oh my God, you guys. Isn't that cool? Now this one seems a little thicker than the other.
Because I've.
Where's my green?
I've avoided the. I'm gonna pull it in. I'm gonna actually go green right after. Because
So we're gonna first we covered it with like a color so that if we didn't have any orange bleeding through, and now we're doing the several colors and trying to get the entire surface. And then what do? We go back and sort of hit it with colors that maybe we want to show up.
You can obviously, like some people have done that a lot. Like this is running out. Actually, I can just add
He
this
needs
white.
more white.
There,
he's got it.
Yeah.
Is it white or off?
No, I'm just throwing a head off white, and I'm mixing it up. It doesn't really. Oh, cool.
Oh, and there's glow in the dark. We have glow in the dark. Maybe we do that at the end.
We could. Glow in the dark's tricky because you need to put it in the sunlight to show it, and I can't move this around.
Oh, right.
To really get it, we could probably turn off the lights after, and it might show up, but it won't be as.
Right.
But
But
we
if you
can.
leave it outside all day, at night it will glow.
Oh, that's
definitely
awesome.
cool. So that's options that you definitely can do.
Look at that. Oh my God, that's
And if
gorgeous.
if you don't like the way your pumpkin looks, like you can obviously do this at the end too. Just kind of bang out some other colors and just
if
go.
If you're seeing like a part, you're like, oh, I don't
Yeah,
like it.
yeah, it's totally-
What do we do?
You just can kind of pick out some colors that you like and then just go right
I
over
love
it.
this. It's like a hippie theme to me.
Yeah, it's very
With that
much a
green.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Wow, turn it around so that everybody can see.
And I want to actually go over the, see how that's too green? I might just go over this with this pink.
Ooh.
Just kind of bring it. I'll leave a little bit of the green, but not. And that's it. Like, honestly, you could do the stem. I usually don't, but I'm gonna.
Most people, you totally can, but most people
Don't?
kind of like it natural. But do
Okay,
it so
I'll
they
leave
can
it.
see it.
It's not a big deal.
Is this my pumpkin?
Yeah, it's going to take a few days. It may take a few days to dry, first of all, because it's so much
Look at
paint.
how-
And
look
secondly,
over there, how it's like just dripping.
yeah.
So the effect kind of changes
Yeah.
from when you put it on there.
Sure.
Could you show how it looks with
Oh, there it is.
What is
Oh my
that?
God, this is what I was looking for. It's a silicone. And usually I'll mix this in. It works better if you mix it in the paint first and then put it, especially with the canvases. On here, I don't know if it's going to look quite the same,
I think it does.
but it does. It does definitely, like what happens is it just doesn't mix well with the paint. So
It
what
activates
happens is,
cells.
yeah, like if I drop it in, and I don't know if you can see it because it's
Oh, yes.
the
It's
layer that's
causing
underneath.
the layers to kind of
It'll
drip
separate
and,
the top layer and show up the under
I don't
layer.
know if you can see that on camera, but I
Probably
can
not.
see it in person, and that's pretty awesome.
And since we did a lot of white, it's probably going to be mostly white
Can
or
you
some
just set it
lower.
right there so they can see it on camera.
On which one?
No, don't move the camera. Oh, yeah, there
I'm
you
just
go.
lowering it so I can get the.
Just put a
I'm just
couple-
showing you.
So what is this stuff?
This is
called?
basically silicone. I think you can use anything that's not going to actually blend with paint. But in this case, we're using silicone because it doesn't mix well. Yeah, it's very cheap.
Awesome.
Use it for your tools to lubricate the doors, everything.
Oh, really?
It's basically a
Oh,
WD-40. You
no.
could probably use WD-40 in the same way. It's just something that doesn't mix with the water or the paint.
How about you turn the pumpkin by the stem all around so we can see?
Oh, okay.
So
you want me to dance with it?
Each camera can. Yes, please do. Just kind of give it. Yeah, give it a whirl.
See, that's
Oh
what
my
it looks
God,
like.
I love
And it's still white that I left, but honestly,
it's still dripping.
It's just another paint. Yeah, I know, and that's why we do this here. Prefer because like we can make a mess. And
right, you don't want to do this at home.
It's not the worst thing.
If you're local, you want to be coming down and doing this at Pumpkin Palooza, because then you can walk away with a beautiful work of art and no mess. They clean it all up for you guys. They clean it up. Isn't that great?
You leave the mess here.
If you do it at home,
what craft project have you done where like at home that you don't have to clean up on?
I generally will stay away from anything I have to do at home, which limits me a lot.
And
like
everybody knows me, and they know that I do not like to clean.
Yeah.
I do not like to clean. I'll tidy.
Especially artsy people.
No.
Artsy people like to make the messes, but they don't necessarily like to clean up after it.
Yes, I need to have somebody that will clean up after me.
Here's some of Pasquale's paintings.
Oh, so while we're waiting for the paint to dry on that, we're going to look at some of the art that Pasquale has done. Now, why is this so... Oh, it has plastic on it.
Also, if you guys do this at home, I would suggest a tray so it doesn't pour out. Like you leave it all within a table.
Just did something.
Within, so it doesn't pour out.
Oh. Okay, so look at this, guys.
Oh, those are very quick ones, but yeah.
Oh, look at that mermaid. And what is this supposed to be? However we interpret it.
Yeah, I do a lot of quick drawings. I also have, and I can't touch any of the ones.
Look at that one. Is that like a point? Look at this, guys. Oh my gosh. Can you see it? It's all these, it looks like you did it with a straw.
Basically, I did it with a glass straw.
He was at Breaking Grounds and he used a glass straw.
Yeah, I ended up using a lot of work, like
wow,
a lot of art pieces.
That's amazing. Let's look at the next one.
It's time consuming, but yeah.
So, if you have ever wanted to be an artist, what would you tell people at home about how to get into it?
If you want to be an artist, the number one thing is to know you're an artist. Don't let anyone take that title from you. You know you're an artist. That's when things change. Even some of the best artists in the world will think themselves painters. You just have to know, I'm an artist, that's it. And then it's really about finding your voice. Like anything, like how you talk, how you translate.
Right.
Making that, but letting the canvas or
so
whatever.
You have to get over that phobia,
is.
right?
Yeah, let your voice translate in the medium that you're doing, whether it's sculpting with clay. Let it be your personality that comes through. Yeah. Because you're only one person of you. So that makes it distinct.
So we're all going to have to start calling ourselves artists.
Well, you have to really not just call. You don't even have to tell people that, because some people say it, but they don't believe it. You have to believe it. And then just own it and say that I don't care if I don't have to tell anybody. I just in my head have to know it, and then you have to translate your energy.
So during the day, you could be a physician's assistant or an accountant. You can have more than one title or whatever. But then on the weekend or on your time, you're an artist, and you always say, like I always say to people, my medium of choice is paper, but I would say your medium of choice is paint.
I like oils, which is a different paint, but it's the same. Yeah, but like when you're an artist, you're an artist. It doesn't matter. Like everything you touch is art. Like everything, it's an artist. That's what
I'm gonna say now when people say your house is messy. It's art.
But everything starts to become like this is an artist did this, an artist did that. It doesn't. And you can be a psychiatrist. You can be any other title you have.
Right.
But there's gonna be this artist in you that comes through on it no matter what. It's just your identity. It's who you are.
Awesome. Okay, it's time for the giveaway, guys. So I want you to give a shout out for Pasquale and tell him where you're watching from, and I'm gonna let him pick somebody.
Oh man.
Okay. He doesn't want to pick somebody. I'll pick somebody. So guys, tell me. It's art, my mess. Hi, Teresa. Lanesville. Who's in Lanesville? Lanesville in Gloucester? I want to see. what somebody said. You guys know I got my fingers in the and I'm gonna get paint on myself. So tell me where you're from. Hold on. Tell Pasquale.
Yeah.
San Antonio, Texas.
That's cool.
Salisbury, what is N-O? Is it New York? Shirley. I think Shirley is.
Is it New Orleans?
Hi. Maybe it was New Orleans. Acton, Mass. Do not pick me. That's my friend Shelley. She's been here before.
Is that what she said?
Yeah. Pasquale, you are fantastic. Watching from the Outback. Where? Australia? Are you?
Is that Canada?
Are you eating?
Marsha. Hi from Kissimmee. Hi, Emmy. How are you? I pronounced that correct, right? Ohio. Carrie, where are you watching from, Carrie? Hello,
Hey.
Pasquale. Can you read that better than me? Who's that?
Oh,
Sherry Jones. Sherry, where are you? You have inspired me. Love the pumpkin.
It's very easy, and honestly, like what you do is going to look completely different, but fantastic. You have people doing even the same colors. It'll show up differently.
Okay. I think because Pasquale has one of those names like me, where it's unusual. I'm going to pick somebody else that has an unusual name, and it's going to be our friend Guadalupe. Guadalupe will be the winner because you know what? Unusual names are special. Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
They're hard to live with sometimes.
So, no, I love it. It makes unique.
Yeah,
I mean,
but when you grow up, it's like, what? What's your name again? How do you spell that?
But now you've grown into it, right?
Yeah.
And same with Rita, especially in New England, because everybody puts an R on the end of an A sounding word. So I was reader. And that's really why I go by my full first name all the time, because around here, it's Rita Marie. And so people can say that. But it's reader. They tend to put that R on the end. At least my parents did.
Even when I'm trying to say it out now, I probably
reader.
do, even though it's not as pronounced. It's still there.
Yeah. So, all right, crazy. Guadalupe, you know what to do. You need to send me an email at missritatotherescue@gmail.com, and I will send you at the end of the month. I'm going to send you a $50 gift of Cricut product. And we'll get that sent out to you at the beginning of the month, okay? So congratulations, Guadalupe. I hope that you all enjoyed yourselves today. And pardon me, my cold is kind of getting the better of me. We'll be seeing you tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow at 9 o'clock, where we're going to work on some Halloween cards for the Joy. We're going to do some Halloween cards because I don't know if anybody has noticed, but there's like a dozen Joy cards that we can do Halloween, and then we'll do some Thanksgiving ones and all of that. So thanks so much for coming, everybody, and you have a great day.
And when
be artists, be yourself. When you
do these pumpkins, you can let them sit, and you can actually use your Cricut and maybe make a stencil of a pumpkin face.
Awesome.
And put it on top, and now you've got your own jack-o'-lantern.
Right. Awesome.
So
great idea. Yeah. Or hey, if anybody has rhinestones that they bought that are not hot fix. I don't think I would do hot fix rhinestones on this, but if you have the kind that are not hot fix, you could probably put that on there as well. Or maybe a flower, or some leaves and different things. There's so much to do. Much to do.
And if you're local, we're in here in Peabody, 71 Main Street. And come on by. We have lots of projects, lots of things. Anything on Pinterest that you see, we can kind of...
And the website. Don't forget to mention the website.
Create and Escape DIY, is that? Yeah, I don't go on it much.
It's createandescapediy.com. Okay. Create and Escape DIY.com. And just check it out. And also Facebook. They have a little thing here where they have a counter that all the likes, and they're up to, let's challenge you guys. So if you're watching, I want you to go over to the Facebook page of Create and Escape DIY Workshops. Right now, the counter is set at 6,519. I want to get it to 7,000. Wow. So go over there, tell your friends, and all they have to do is is like it and follow it. It's so much fun. Thank you, everybody. That's on Facebook. It's Create and Escape DIY Workshops, right? That's how it is on Facebook. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Pasquale.
And thanks for everybody stopping by.
I love it. We had such a great time, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great afternoon. Bye.